Breakfast was really good, in case you were wondering. What are we looking at today? We're looking at Special Reserve Supra Deluxe Oak Aged Premium Lager from Moist. Hey, I can pronounce it however I want. Moist Brewing out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it weighs in at 6. I saw it on here somewhere when I gave a shit. 6%. And it's a really big can because I like really big cans. Modest Brewing. Moist works better though. Figured I better come down here and do something because all I've done for like the last 30 something hours is binge watch alone. So Christine goes, "You gonna try to make it through all of them?" I'm like, yeah. There's 9 seasons of just the original. Then there's the spin-off ones. Yeah, I'm about 3/4 of the way through season 2. I really like season 1. Just in case someone actually is interested in watching it, I won't wreck it for you. But I'll just say that it was either the second episode or the third episode, I put in my brain the order in which they would drop and who I guessed was going to win, and I was exactly on. At least I was exactly on who won. I kind of had a couple of them flip-flopped. The guy that lasted the second longest, I thought maybe he'd choke out a lot sooner than he did. Okay, so it looks like a regular lager. It smells like a regular lager. Cheers. It has a. I really thought there'd be oak aged. Well, here's the thing. Oak what? Just an oak barrel? Like brand new oak barrels? I mean, not like whiskey barrels or scotch barrels or oil barrels or anything like that. What I like about this is some lagers have this kind of a bitter pill finish. This one, the reason I was kind of like, the longer I waited, the smoother and more of like a bread biscuit finish it had. It's a 4-pack. There's 3 more. Sunday's looking up. Fortunately, it's the day before going back to work. Hey, do you want to log in and watch Miles work? Let's see. Log in and go, oh my God, what is he? Oh my God, he doesn't have his pants on. Like Quantum Leap. Oh my God, this is the most useless. Blink cameras are. There's Miles. Hey, I didn't say you could park your car in the garage. He's got the little since he got there this morning, he put the little garage door in, and now he's doing the opener on the big door. Thank you, Miles, if you see this. Hurry the fuck up. Actually, I really don't care because he was told to bid it, not hourly it. I mean, Miles does good work at almost anything he puts his hand. construction-wise. But seeing how he installed garage doors for a living, he should be good at that, right? Okay, first in is Rich Huff saying cheers. Cheers, Richie Poo. Never did say what you were drinking the other night. Salty says, hey baby, naked. Multi-Gunman says, naked babies? Well, that's just weird. Cold-hearted bastard, 2 thumbs up and 2 shots. Jeremy says, the filthy olives are great. I like the ones stuffed with baby dill pickles. You know, I didn't see those ones. They had onion stuffed, pepper. Now it didn't say hot pepper, and I didn't read the container, so I couldn't tell you. But onion, pepper, the blue cheese or whatever the cheese is, the one that I bought, and that's the 3 that they had. Yeah. But no, I'd definitely expand my parameters. Be nice if they actually did stuff a little bit of like some kind of a hot pepper. Maybe not, Reaper stuffed or something silly like that. Excuse me. 2 shots. I opened up a spot over here and I didn't move something into the coveted shelf position. I suppose actually. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, we got multiple openings happening over here. Hang on. I know that's bookkeeping. You can look at the cute redhead. Now, what is this and how much is left? I think the last person that had a hit off of this was Mr. Holster. Not that I hate it, but I'm going to put it over here for a second because I have a couple of things I'd like to... I don't really want to bury this either. This was... Well, maybe I'll put this over here. The spy sides are not overly excited about them. I can't remember what that one was like. That's the cognac from Jules. See what I'm trying to do here is I gotta make a double space. For the 2 bamboos. Okay, we're good to go. Paul John is getting extremely low. I've kind of been nursing that one. One of the quarter casts is gone. The other one's really low. That one's kind of in the nursing it category too. Plus I still got 2 to review. Is this these guys over here? 146 and 147. Yes, still behind on taking care of bitness. The Grants is getting low. The Balcoons is getting low. 9.3 is down there. 10.3 is like 3 shots left of that. The 11.1 I have no idea, and the barley one, which I can't remember, 6.1. That feels low too. Maybe I should just try to go outside the norm, but it's just oh god. Proper 12, Bush Mills, Jameson, and to think that everything that I just named off, I actually used to really like. Wow, things change. I do have room for that over there. The old Climax, that's getting low. You know, it's an age thing. You know, I think I actually just want some bamboo. Okay, so on the job hunt, I don't know about going down, and this is where reason comes in when some of you think he that he doesn't have any. Matt actually suggested that I go down and talk to Mac, the owner of Players, without him, because that might not help. Yeah, I'm interested in a job. Oh yeah, what can you tell me? Well, I'm really good friends with Matt. Get the fuck out. What? Just get out. Why? Yeah, I don't know. Bartender. Samantha thinks that I'd kill it because she says that I just have the ability to just talk to total strangers, and said I'm charismatic and I would probably do great at that, and when you're actually a good person and interact with people, you kill it on tips. She said she'd hands down if something happened at the dealership, that she would pursue being a bartender again. She says it was a lot more relaxed and the money was awesome. But it's also Sam. Anybody that's met her also realized that she's somewhere between charismatic and just takes no shit. You see the camera got bumped a hair off of alignment. You don't need to see as much of the gas pipe. There you go. And the other one would probably Bean, who would be recommending me because he works there, would probably be a guaranteed. So I have to think about that. Yeah, I really don't want to do anything. Mike says, cheers. I know, that doesn't work out in the plans. Because on the present glide path of my future, I'm not going to make it to the airport as it is. So there's no such thing as just getting out of the captain's seat now. DFC. What is that? Is that a bottle of some kind you're drinking? Oh, goody. 10,000 stories. Smart Money says the fuel-efficient vehicle idea would have made a lot of sense when you bought the truck at the peak of the high fuel costs, but you argued you needed the truck for work, yet you never got reimbursed for using it for work. Doesn't mean I didn't get free fuel. Then the diesel truck you argued was saving you money because you got better mileage than the old truck. You accept the fuel loss to the leak. Then you're going to blah, 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 blah. And there's a read more button, and I don't give a fuck. Then he says, this has been a public service announcement, blah, 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 blah. And then Din says, should have been looking for the old biddies with money to plow out. The old biddy was the only one that actually paid me in our own alley. And then And then Din says, also the fact checkers say that's misleading. Didn't he work out a deal with at least one of the times he plowed out the job? No, I got paid for every time I plowed out the job site. I got more for 15 minutes than I normally make in an hour. So I made sure that I got paid just well for plowing at the job site. Not to mention, when you go get diesel for other things in the fleet, sometimes it falls into your tank. And then sometimes you're even encouraged by the second in command to go top off. So, no, I never, yeah, that was, I had, well, technically, I guess I had 2 paying jobs the last year. One of them wasn't worth discussing, and the other one was very well worth discussing. I thought I actually talked about that, but it's okay. And then, oh my god, this is draining and I don't fucking care. Then Smile says to Din, I do not recall the story. Good, you can discuss it with yourselves. And then blah blah blah, moving on. Multi-Gunman says, I'm late. You're always late. How is this a news flash? Poco, what's up, Bomi-san? Well, Poco, I was, got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I took a shit, and when I was wiping my butt, my finger slipped through the toilet paper, but it was the best piece of ass I have received in quite a while. Again, I was binge watching alone, and doing dehydrated banana slices. So I ended up going to bed at like 2:30, and then I got up. Actually, it slept longer than I thought I would. My plan was, I told my brain, I realized I love camping. I wish. Now, season 2 actually has 3 females in it, where season 1 had no females in it. That'd be like, hey McLean, if you went camping by yourself, and at like 2 o'clock in the morning, some guy came into your tent and stuck his penis in your ass, would you tell anyone? What? You wouldn't? You want to go camping? So, yeah, I made it all the way to the last episode of season 1 last night, and I was like, I should just stay up. I want to find out if my guess on who outlasted everybody. And see, like I already said, what I love best about this show is it's not about the blah 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 stabbing each other in the back bullshit. It's each of them is solely up against their own abilities. And here's a funny thing. When in order to survive in upper British Columbia, where it rains something like 20 days out of 30 a month, and the weather turns on a dime, and some of the most harsh winters, and this, that, and the other thing, and these people, get to bring along, the 10 possible survival items, and they must be on a somewhat of a short list, because like I said, a firearm of any kind is not allowed. The guy in the first season had a bow, so that's in there. But obviously, you have to be able to stay warm, which is fire, create sterilized water, which is fire, and cook food, which is fire. The number one and most important thing is fire. And I have now watched two guys pretty much, well, one took himself out completely after he lost his ferro rod. He just gave up. And in the second season, very early on, and I don't understand, and now I don't know what exact material that the ferro rod striker is made out of, but does it melt in fire? The reason I ask is because he got his fire going and went to move the amber into the little moss pile that he had, and what he didn't see happen is the ferro rod slipped from where it was and went down into the hole where he then put his fire and started his fire. So the next day he couldn't find his ferro rod and reviewed the film on his camera and saw it slip down in there and thoroughly cleaned the inside of his fire pit and could not find the ferro rod. I mean, it looked like it had a wooden or a plastic handle on it, but after that, I don't know, is the material that a ferro rod is made out of, will it melt? In this case, it must have. And the funny thing is in season 2, I believe at least three guys are military somehow. One of them, I think, was Army. One is a sniper, and I didn't hear what division he was from. Two of them train people in survival. That was the guy that lost. One of the guys that trains in survival was the one that lost his ferro rod. And the very first person to tap out, I think they were dropped off at like 8:30 in the morning. And by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the first guy, a military guy, tapped out. Again, psychologically traumatized by animals. He was on the beach just trying to saw wood, and he had to stop every 5 seconds because he heard a noise or what sounded like a breaking twig in the woods, and he finally he lost. He's like, I can't do this. Emergency, get me out of here. I was like, hey, I never said I wanted to go and do this, so I can pick on the people that you tap out. I mean, it was a nice sunny day, and you're on the beach in one of the most beautiful places, at least until the weather turns bad, and you tap out because you hear a twig snap. You're military and you hear a twig snap in the woods. Well, he found bear shit too. Scat. Found some bear scat. He said it didn't taste good. Hey, fuck you all, okay? Okay. Poco, I hated bartending. Poco fuckery. Hey, at least it didn't get deleted. Poco. Well, when I was at the CCI plant, I asked about the shortage. They said the biggest thing is Biden's executive orders banning import of ammo and supplies. A large amount of CCI small primers, and at the time, almost all large rifle primers were made in Canada. Oh yeah, the thing is Biden isn't smart enough to think of this on his own. This was all Obama's idea. I'll never be able to come for their guns, but I'll just make it impossible for them to give any ammunition. And Spy Money sub-comment says, I'm not saying Biden didn't, but the only import ban I can find on ammo involved Russia. We still can buy ammo made in Mexico, for example, Aquila. Now I read foreign companies are buying U.S. ammo plants. That sounds like a problem. Yeah, kind of like it should be illegal for us to sell, say, China farmland. Personally, I think we should have nothing to do with China. Period. If we can't figure out how to make the same shit over here, oh well. And if people like the American auto workers want to get on their high horse and say that they need to get at least $105 an hour or they're going to quit, then fucking let them quit. You wonder why a goddamn pickup truck is $100,000? Well, stop paying that kind of money to make it. Ooh, we almost had a filthy mess right there. Hey, look for this one eventually getting reviewed. Imperial Amber. A lager aged in bourbon barrels. 35th anniversary. And it's more than 12%. And meanwhile, a shitty Bloody Mary mix is busy pushing everything off my shelf. Bad greetings, Captain. I see you got more filthy. May or may not have had a nice Bloody Mary for breakfast. Notice I said for and not with. Multi-gun man, whiskey on, whiskey off, beer on, beer off, whiskey on, beer off. That's better. EMT, I love watching Alone. If it weren't for leaving my wife and child behind, the production crew came for my first health check, and they'd find all of their camera shit stacked in a pile with no trace of me. I'd either eat the bears or become bear food. Oh, I better slow down or this review will be exactly 30 minutes long. Another one from EMT and a read more button. Dumb question, but did you disconnect your plow lights to see if your truck's low beams work without the plow lights? Yes. And there's a switch, and the plow lights function just fine on high beam, and the truck works only on high beam. And physically flipping the switch turns the directing the lights to the plow back to the truck. That still works just fine. And disconnecting the plow entirely from the scenario and switching back and forth changed absolutely nothing. So far, the strongest evidence all comes from NIHAP and the fact that Dodge is fucking stupid. And instead of what could have been a switch and a wire, in their infinite wisdom, had to overcomplicate things to the point for which they have. But sorry, I digress. You ask more. You might need a new truck bulb on standby if just disconnecting them doesn't work, and the truck bulbs are blown on low. My dad had a problem quite a few times with his plow lights shorting the rest of the system out. If disconnecting them fixes it, the new bulb, if needed, you may need to run a dedicated ground wire from the plow lights to the truck's frame, as the plow's mounting still wiggles quite a bit and may wiggle loose enough to lose ground and mess with the electrical system up. I can't remember, but I believe this all started before the plow was even put on this year. I have had practically at least a month before the plow got put on the truck. I had the lamp, or more than a couple of months. I had the lamp out that comes on the dash, and we went in pursuit of trying to figure out what fucking bulb was out, and no bulbs were out. And then I lost low beams on the truck and running lights on the truck, or the DRLs. The rest of the lights, everything else lights up on the truck, just not the fucking low beam headlights. So those went out, and then mysteriously 3 days later, when I went to remote started, I could see that the lights were on because it was lighting up Mike's boat. And I came out there, and for the next 2 or 3 days, even though it said lamp out, the lights all around the truck, everything was working right. Signals, backup lights, license plate lights, marker lights. The third, Sam was convinced that I was going to find that my third brake light, the up high one, wasn't, but everything was working. And then it all shut down, and not all. It went back to no low beams, and that's the way it's been now. So my lights are as soon as I turn the lights on, it's just automatically in the high beams. And my prediction is it's going to turn out to be that TPI, I think that's the initials, the TPI computer, which is part of the fuse assembly. Obviously, if I end up keeping the truck, I am going to have to fix it one way or the other. At this point in time, I'm almost more inclined to finding the circuit for the low beams, snipping the fucking wires coming from the truck, and running a wire from an ignition hot under the dash to the lights and back to a switch. Hell of a lot cheaper than a $200 to $500 part, plus having someone put it in. Otherwise, sell it as is. Cobra says Boner 3, B3. B3 is a miss. Cobra says, what is your top 3 favorite movies to watch this season? I don't know, Cobra, about 3, but it seems like around Christmas time I always watch Die Hard. If you can't see Hans Gruber fall from Nakatomi Center, you're just not having a Christmas. After that, right now, with everything going on and the way I personally feel, it's sorry to say, but there's probably a lot of bah humbug involved. The only thing that even comes to mind is Die Hard. McLean, now, how did you like the Spyderco? Well, you could have just asked me that without having to carry it for 3 days. I don't mind. I don't mind any of the Spyderco knives. The one that I got from Nick, and it's been so frickin' long I cannot remember his YouTube channel. He's big into racing, and I think he's the crew master for a drag race team. But Nick, probably 10 years ago now, sent me the I can't even think of the name of it. It's the, that thing. I still have it, and I carried that for a long time, but I don't know. I guess the thing that I guess my biggest negative on a Spyderco is it's a thinner knife, and I like something that has more girth in my hand, McLean. Still in my damn pocket. McLean, where's Matty Light? He has to work tonight. McLean, took half an hour to hurt my feelings tonight, Eric. Great job. You're welcome. Half an hour? Shit, if I would have known there was some kind of a... Just hang on a second. If I had known there was some kind of contest of hurting your feelings, I would have started sooner. Wade, when I was a kid, I'd go camping in the DeSoto National Forest for sometimes a week at a time by myself or a friend. I'd only have a couple of tarps and blankets and my hunting gear. Would I do it today? Hell no. Oh, there's Vivian. I mean, it's not perfect, but, if I was in control of designing Vivian, I would also make her dark-haired and not a blonde. But she can be whatever she wants to be. It's her own little world. I wonder if she needs help rubbing that in. Because she could help rubbing one out. McLean, see what I did right there? So, I guess this is, if I'm already up to Sharky, means there's only a few comments left, and this shit isn't my fault, okay? I tried, okay, McLean? I tried. I am not apologetic for being in kind of a shitty mood, but I am just sick of a lot of things. This could help. Maybe I need to Bloody Mary up before I go back upstairs. I don't know. As okay as that is, I don't think I'll be bringing another one with me. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. Take 16 ounces of this instead. Just take the bottle up with a straw. Maybe do a little bit more cleaning while I'm down here. I got to put all Christine's ammo away, and if my guess is right, because it wasn't shot while Sharky was here. The big 17 HMR ammo can is at the bottom of the pile, and that stuff needs to go into it. I got to put the Civi into some place. I think I don't know. Well, this is no good. This $25 gift card is only good off on new subscriptions. You sent it in a fucking box. What was the point of that? If anybody out there is hearing me say this and you are interested in giving Battle Box a try, I have $25 off for you. Let me know. Again, there's multiple emails to get a hold of me. Some of you, Hector, use the one that I checked the least, and that's the eBomi business account one, ebomi.channel@gmail. My private one, which, if it wasn't for the fact that we're on the internet right now, I don't have a problem giving out to anybody that wants it. But I'm not giving it out on air. The captain one is down in the description. Otherwise, B and E Brew Reviews at Gmail. Richie Poo always contacts me through that one. Again, Rich, if you use my other one, see, they're all loaded on the phone. The difference is when I check, the one that's always the one that gets checked is my personal primary one. What does David J. Effing Brown want? Oh, he added a photo. Never mind. What a dick. David says, Eric Bomi, what kind of Star Wars bullshit is this? He took a meat thermometer and stuck a pair of tongs over the top of it. Ah, my God. It's an anal probe. Clyde says it's for making Jello pudding. Well played, Clyde. Well played. I know I can't afford it, but I'm actually thinking about just calling in sick tomorrow and fuck it all. Sharky, cheers all. Catching up today. Was out yesterday. Here we go. Hey, an M1 carbine I didn't shoot. But at least you had me ride it. Love you. Hey Sharky, speaking of riding it, take the one before. Sharky, there better be Band-Aids in there. I cut easily on sharp things out in the woods. 9:26, you focus on unpacking that knife, I'll focus on that. Oh yeah. Hey, you gotta admit though, it was a nice knife. You know, Sharky, You know what this knife actually reminds me of? This reminds me of the one that you recommended, I purchased, and then I offered it up to Jay's kids, thinking that they wouldn't take the knife, and they wanted the knife. And then, since then, the goddamn thing has like tripled in price. That one was kind of cool because it came with the ferro rod and, you know, the whole. But this one's about the same size. I do like this. I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I should leave it out and bring it up as a possible EDC thing, as opposed to leaving it down here in the box where when I'm dead it'll look brand new. And returning from its active duty this weekend, the beautiful Delta Elite will be going back into its sleeping den, and I have it loaded up with the Sig Sauer 180 grainers. Ready, Sharky? Okay, probably not. This thing is just such a goddamn cool piece of history. Mr. Holster, what do you think? I still gotta lube this thing up. What do you guys recommend for leather? Keeping it supple. This would be a good one for McLean, probably. The only thing that I really have on hand, well, I've got that one that it's like a paste that you're supposed to put in with heat. And Ballistol is also highly recommended for leather. But I've pretty much exclusively used Ballistol on the kick-ass holster that Clyde sent me for the Smith & Wesson 610. I probably have never mentioned it in a brew review, so you guys probably have never seen it, but maybe I should just start using this. I like this holster. As far as the one that I've been using, the commander size one, is just it's a don't get me wrong. Someone sent it to me and I very much appreciate it, but one of these days I need to have a couple of holsters made for me. Since I have this one, I probably don't need to have one made for a 5-inch, but I would like the Fat Man to maybe make me a commander size. I probably should get off my ass and just ask him what he'd charge. Right now, though, I'm still recovering from my auction last week, and not really wanting to make a move on anything else until I decide what I'm going to do about the Subi. And I have placed another order with Pete. I would like an outside the waistband holster for the HK in the tactical configuration. Woofda. Yeah, they're not real. She's probably a bitch, but you know, just have her sniff your handkerchief and it just all works out. Sharky in the last comment, hey, McLean, fuck you. I made it an hour. Sharky says, not making it on catching up. I'll try again tomorrow. Oh, and speaking of that, those last three were on the BattleBox/Imperial Cider Donut. Yesterday I reviewed the red lager from Leinenspiegel, and I never gave you a E-scale on it. It's like, I'd give it like a, I don't know, where do you draw the line? A 2? To the point where if you had no beer at all and just wanted to catch a little beer buzz, that you'd slam them down, and a 2. I should have said a 2 yesterday on that. Today, where do I stand on Modest Brewing Company's Special Reserve Supra Deluxe Oak Aged Premium Lager, weighing in at 6.1. It's, oh, here, let me just revisit it while I make a declaration of taste dependence. Tommy. Michelle's taking Tommy for a walk. I just saw him go by. It's, I don't know, maybe I lied, maybe I'll drink that one while I put a few things away down here before I head upstairs and bring one more with me, but, it's not bad. I mean, then again, you have to ask yourself a question, how much money do you want to pay for a lager when that's like the most typical, domestic beer out there? So, if you can get, 4 of these, I could have purchased probably a 30-pack of Busch, or pick your poison, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Coors, any of those if you wanted to go that route. For me, the score is gonna relate directly to price per what you're getting versus just how it tastes, I guess. I mean, I have to factor all of that in there. So, I guess I'd give it a 7. Hey, McLean, look at me running out the clock. Ooh, this one comes off of there like I ran a heat gun across the damn thing. Exactly when will you stop sticking shit all over the ceiling? Was a 12-year-old down here? Was a 12-year-old drinking, you idiot? Just kidding. Okay, let's go to the club. See if it shakes out better than yesterday. My guess is at least Smile Money. Sorry, Salty Shellback. I didn't give you enough credit. What I meant to say is at least Salty Shellback. Double Naked Time. Okay, that's it. Will we be here tomorrow? Maybe. I'll try to work on a better attitude. Try.